I am absolutely out of my mind. I am so intoxicated.
Blatant disrespect to this court.
Mr. Sheriff, do it. Use it.
Oh my God, take me home.
We start at Brimfield Township, Ohio, where County Judge Rebecca Doherty has been involved in an unusual incident at the local police station. She was arrested on a charge of driving while intoxicated, a first-degree misdemeanor, after she refused to complete field sobriety tests or take a breathalyzer test.
Do me a favor and have a seat so we can do our job.
Oh, Larry
I'm not going
Lambert.
to call anybody yet, okay? We have stuff we have to do.
I'm gonna tell you now to call Lieutenant Lambert now.
Have a seat,
Call him.
or I'm going to
now.
put you in the cell.
What has the judge so riled up? Let's rewind time and see what happened earlier that night.
Hello?
Police body camera footage shows the officer approaching to inspect an SUV that has crashed off the side of a snow-covered road.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
What's going on? Ma'am, you've got vomit down here in your door.
300 deal.
Have you been drinking?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have your ID handy?
I'm Becky Jordan. I'm the judge.
Your judge?
Specifically, the woman involved in the incident is 55-year-old Rebecca Doherty, a judge with the county's Common Pleas Court.
Kidding me?
Am I kidding about what?
I am absolutely out of my mind. With
You're intoxicated.
I am so intoxicated.
Following standard procedures, the judge is escorted into booking, with the officer's body camera still recording the events.
Oh my God, take me home. Okay,
Have a seat.
let me call Lambert.
Have a seat.
No.
Do me a favor and have a seat so we can do our job.
Oh, Larry
I'm not going to
Lambert.
call anybody yet, okay? We have stuff we have to do. Will you please have a seat? You're trying to walk out the door and you're almost falling down. Can you
I'm
please
not
have a
falling down.
seat? Have a seat.
Call Larry Lambert.
Rebecca, I will put you in one of the cells if you do
Okay,
not. I'm
call
trying to
Larry
really
Lambert now.
Have a seat.
Call him now. Call him now.
The judge's requests at the station don't end there.
What can I do for you?
Drink.
Okay.
Water.
We just literally told you 10 seconds ago that we're getting you a drink of water. He's out front right now getting you the
Not
glass.
10 seconds ago. I want a drink of water now. Thank you. Call Larry Lambert.
I tried him. He didn't answer.
Really?
Do you want the water? The
Yeah,
water?
I do.
Okay.
Larry Lambert.
Okay.
Larry Lambert. Thank you.
Following the refusal to submit to a breathalyzer test, Judge Doherty is charged with driving under the influence of alcohol.
Give me my phone so I can make a phone call.
Okay. Your phone is in a puddle of vomit in your car, which is
I
on the
get
side
it.
of... Can I finish? Which is on the
Absolutely.
side of the road that you crashed into.
Yes.
The tow company is
absolutely.
out there trying to get it out. However, it is extremely snowy and slippery out. They are not able to
totally
get the
get it.
vehicle out so far. So
Totally
your
get it.
phone is off the table right now. We don't have access to it.
Doherty pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, her first drunken driving offense. Judge Kevin Poland heard the case and sentenced Doherty to 180 days in the Portage County Jail, with 177 days suspended and a $1,075 fine with 700 suspended, as long as she had no further alcohol violations for the next 2 years, completes a 72-hour driver intervention program, and operates under the terms of her license being suspended for a year. Notably, Doherty did apologize during her court appearance to the court and the public. She also made a statement to media outlets and apologized.
I have felt so blessed to be in a position of trust, and I regret that I violated that trust. I have dedicated my career to upholding the law and trying to make a positive difference in the world. Unfortunately, I am human and have made a terrible error in judgment that I must accept both the responsibility and the punishment for.
An opinion released later by Ohio Supreme Court said Judge Doherty will not lose her law license as a result of the drunken driving incident. In La Plata, Maryland, jury selection is underway for the case of Delvin King, a 25-year-old man who is representing himself on charges stemming from a firearm recovered during a traffic stop. According to court documents, the firearm in question was considered regulated under state law. 3 months prior to this trial, Mr. King left the courtroom unexpectedly while attending a preliminary hearing for these same charges. He was apprehended by police a short time later. As a result of that incident, Mr. King is wearing a court-ordered leg monitoring device while attending these proceedings. We now see Mr. King reviewing a prepared statement.
Statutes that violate the plaintiff. Stop.
Adding to the complexity of the proceedings, the presiding judge in this case is 72-year-old Robert Nally. Judge Nally retired from the bench last year but has been called back on a part-time basis. The court transcripts indicate that the jury selection process began with some initial challenges. Mr. King reportedly identified himself by a name other than Delvin King and expressed his affiliation with a specific legal philosophy. The court documents do not elaborate on the nature of this philosophy, but it has been linked to movements that question the authority of the court. Despite Judge Nally's objections, Mr. King continues to review his prepared arguments until
Statutes that violate the plaintiff. Stop. Right now. Mr. Sheriff, do it. Use it. All right, I'm going to take 5. Don't. Calms down, and I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
5 minutes. Statute that violates.
Did you miss that? After King refuses to obey the judge's orders,
Stop. Right now.
Judge Nally instructs the courtroom deputy to activate a court-ordered leg monitoring device worn by Mr. King.
Mr. Sheriff, do it. Use it.
The deputy approaches Mr. King, who seems completely unaware of what's going to happen, and smoothly slides the chair away, creating a clear path for him to fall. Meanwhile, Judge Nally decides to take a short, unscheduled break.
All right, I'm going to take 5. Yes, sir. 5 minutes.
In a surprising turn of events, Mr. King ultimately agreed to probation before judgment. This means he received a 2-year sentence for the weapons charge, most of which he'd already served, with no formal conviction on his record. However, for Judge Robert Nally, the consequences were far steeper. The courtroom video's release prompted the Maryland Court of Appeals to swiftly remove him from presiding over cases. Further, Judge Nally faced a misdemeanor civil rights violation charge to which he pleaded guilty. He received probation, anger management classes, and a $5,000 fine. Most significantly, he was permanently banned from the bench following this sentence. Later, Nally said he felt deep regret over his error in judgment, which he said reflected not just on himself but also on his family and the Charles County justice system.
All right, Yanel Morales.
Our attention now shifts to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where a bond hearing is underway. 32-year-old Yanel Marie Morales finds herself facing serious charges. Prosecutors allege she committed burglary with assault or battery after breaking into the home of a woman believed to be having an affair with Morales' boyfriend. This is a felony offense, and if convicted, Morales could be looking at a life sentence behind bars. The public defender, currently out of camera's sight, asks the judge for an appellate attorney to be present when the judge makes a decision on bond.
I've contacted our appellate attorney that wants to be present and make arguments. They're only available this afternoon. I'm just respectfully asking if the court could give us that courtesy for him to be present at 1:30 and make those arguments.
Judge Davis in Fort Lauderdale seems open to the defense's request for an appellate attorney at the bond hearing, but wants to avoid delays.
All right. The public defender's office wants to make legal argument. They've got to be prepared to make legal argument. Docket starts at 8:30. It's now 9:45. All right. Ms. Morales.
Judge, can I just have one moment, please?
Sure.
After a quick huddle with his colleagues just outside our view, the public defender tells the judge the appellate attorney they requested is actually already on her way to the courthouse.
How long?
A few minutes. She's on her way.
All right, we'll pass it.
20 minutes ticked by with no sign of the attorney, and tension starts filling the air.
The public defender's office is about a 2-minute walk away. Your colleague is not here. It's 20 minutes later. I'm going to call Miss Morales' case back. Yaneli Morales. All right. Good morning, Miss Morales. You're charged with a burglary, with assault, or battery. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense, ma'am.
The state requests Morales' detention without bond. However, the public defender reiterates their request for the appellate attorney's presence before proceeding.
The appellate attorney asked to be here 20 minutes ago, and she is not here.
Judge, but
it
now...
shows a blatant disrespect to this court.
Judge...
Think, Mr. Armstrong?
No.
It's about a 2-minute walk from the public defender's office. Where is your colleague?
Judge, may I have just 1 minute?
Nope.
I would like to have a supervisor present.
The initial focus on the case has seemingly given way to an ongoing exchange between the judge and the public defender.
Your office is here. You are here. I've given your office the courtesy to come down here. Your colleague has apparently hung you out to dry. I'm not really sure why, but you're now making conflicting arguments.
I'm not saying the
I'm
court...
asking you to explain this inconsistency.
Judge, what I'm saying to the court
I need
is
you to
on
answer that question.
Anger mounts on Judge Davis' face as the public defender remains unable to answer the question.
What I'm saying to the...
All right, we're all done then. All right. State anything else? Ma'am, you're going to be held without bond at this time. Good luck. All right.
A turnaround came 3 days later at Yaneli Marie Morales' next hearing. Released on a $10,000 bond, she now awaits trial.